righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Alleluia, Alleluia. The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Standing by the cross of Jesus were his mother and his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Cleophas, and Mary of Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple there, whom he loved, he said to his mother, "Woman, behold your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Behold your mother." And from that hour, the disciple took her into his home. Sisters and brothers, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, O Lord Jesus Christ.
The response in today's responsorial psalm recited for us, "Save us, Lord, in your steadfast love," is actually a confirmation of the Psalms chapter 100 verses 1 to 5. And this also affirms that we are his people, that is the sheep of his flock. Again, as I said, taken from the book of Psalms chapter 100 verses 1 to 5. We are his people, the sheep of his flock. Yesterday was celebrated, my dear friends, the exaltation of the cross, or the triumph of Jesus of the cross, and his victory over sin and over death, with us being challenged that to totally and fully celebrate his total victory over sin and over death, we should try to follow and imitate and live out the commandment, what we call the law of love. Today, a day after the celebration of the triumph of Jesus on the cross, the Church celebrates today, September 15, what we call the sorrows of the Blessed Virgin Mary. The devotion to the sorrows of the Blessed Virgin Mary and the observance of this feast were already practiced by the Servite order or community. It was only in 1817 when then Pope Pius VII extended the feast of Our Lady of Sorrows to the entire Church. As I said, this day, a day after the exaltation to the cross, we are reminded, my dear friends, of the Blessed Virgin Mary participation on Calvary in the sacrifice of her Son. And today's feast in honor of Mary in her sorrows also let us feel the compassion of the Blessed Virgin Mary for the whole Church today, which until now is still suffering and tormented. If we look into the message today of the Gospel of John chapter 19 verses 25 to 27, which has a parallel gospel text in Mark 15 verses 23 to 29. It is very aptly described that on Calvary, while Mary the mother was watching her son Jesus hanging on the cross about to die, just as Mary desperately wanted to save her son, but in reality, she was powerless to do so. And that is why in the Gospel of John, chapter 19, verses 25 to 27, it is said, looking at Mary, she told her, "Woman, behold your son." And addressing his beloved disciple John, he said to John, "Behold your mother." And what particularly, if we may ask, my dear friends, what particularly are the sorrows of the Blessed Virgin Mary? There are 7 sorrows of the Blessed Virgin Mary. That is, by the 14th century, according to history, the faithful identified the 7 sorrows of the Blessed Virgin Mary. And the first sorrow of the Blessed Virgin Mary was the presentation in the temple. The second sorrow, the flight into Egypt. The third sorrow of the Blessed Virgin Mary, being lost in Jerusalem. The fourth sorrow of the Blessed Virgin Mary was the meeting of Mary and Jesus on the way to Calvary. And the fifth sorrow of the Blessed Virgin Mary was the crucifixion of Jesus on the cross. And the sixth sorrow of the Blessed Virgin Mary, my dear friends, was the taking down of the body of Jesus from the cross. And the seventh and last sorrow of the Blessed Virgin Mary was the burial of Jesus. These are the 7 sorrows of the Blessed Virgin Mary, which started by the 14th century when faithful identified these 7 sorrows of the Blessed Virgin. And what are we to do on the occasion of this feast? We should try to continue to love in and our devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary, our Mother. Please stand.